Chapter 38. Future Sister-in-Law. You heard wrong. I was calling for brother not to leave. Ava spoke in a light tone. To prevent Adrian from exposing her further, she lifted her head and kissed him. As soon as she kissed Adrian, he flipped her over and pressed her underneath him. What had been a light kiss gradually became deeper and deeper. Ava was somewhat absent-minded. In the darkness, her eyes were open, showing no tenderness in them, just quietly gazing ahead. Why is the wedding so rushed? Ava opened the wedding invitation, looking at the date on it, her brow furrowing almost imperceptibly. Next month? How could a wedding be prepared in just 1 month? Ju-shun, sitting across from her, unconsciously covered her abdomen, a gentle smile with maternal radiance appearing at her lips. I'm pregnant. We just found out a few days ago. Hearing this, Ava's frown deepened involuntarily. Because you're getting married, you stopped using protection? Ava strongly disapproved of this. Even if they were getting married, they weren't actually married yet. Before everything was settled, everything was still unknown. We were going to get married anyway. Now it's just a bit earlier. Don't worry, Luke isn't that kind of person. Ava's expression became somewhat complex, but she ultimately didn't continue speaking. Ju-shun was undoubtedly determined and strong-willed in her career. But when it came to men, she was a bit unclear. Some roads, some suffering, one had to walk through and experience before knowing if it was what they wanted. As an observer, there was no benefit in saying more. Ava didn't continue this topic with Ju-shun. Continuing would be bad for her heart. She told Ju-shun about going abroad for a performance in a couple of days. Suddenly, her dress was tugged. Ava looked down to see a cute little boy. He was wearing a suit, his hair neatly and precisely styled. Sister, I've seen you before. Ava calmly retrieved her hem from the little boy's hand. Really? She said with a smile. The little boy nodded vigorously. I saw you on the news. You dance so beautifully. My grandma likes you. He placed both hands on Ava's legs, looking at her intently with bright eyes. Ava rubbed his face. Where are your mom and dad? Mom and dad went on a date and left me here. The little boy pouted in dissatisfaction. Ju-shun, sitting across from them, let out an ah. Such a small child. His parents actually dared to leave him alone. Sister, my name is Tommy. Can I sit with you? Tommy looked up with a sincere expression. A flicker of emotion crossed Ava's eyes. Ju-shun smiled at Tommy. Come sit on sister's side. Although Ava was always pleasant with children she met, she didn't actually like kids. People familiar with Ava knew she was child-free. Tommy's mouth drooped, looking very aggrieved. Doesn't sister like me? How could that be? Sit down. Ava curved her lips and moved over to make space. Hearing this, Tommy immediately beamed with joy and sat down next to Ava. He looked down in his pocket for his wallet, took it out, and handed it to Ava. Sister, I won't eat for free. Both women were amused by his serious, adult-like demeanor. Ava, today sister will pay. Put your wallet away safely so you don't lose it. Tommy shook his head. He unzipped it and took out the cards inside, placing them on the table in front of Ava. There were both black cards and gold cards. Ava wasn't surprised. The child's clothes were clearly custom-made. Ju-shun was the one who was surprised. Sister, I have money. Tommy lifted his chin proudly, looking for praise. He was exquisite and cute. Ju-shun loved children, and being pregnant made her like Tommy even more. Tommy was naturally familiar and sweet-tongued. After he sat down, there was continuous laughter at the table. An hour later, Luke came to pick up Ju-shun. After the two left, only Ava and Tommy remained. Do you remember your home address? I'll take you back. I don't remember. Tommy shook his head. Then I'll take you to the police station. Let the police officers take you home. Tommy's eyes widened. No need. No need. He waved his hands frantically. Ava raised an eyebrow. Little brat, still trying to trick her. I'll call my cousin to pick me up. Sister, please stay a bit longer. Tommy pulled Ava's hand while speaking and opening the phone watch on his wrist. Ava wasn't in a hurry to go home, so she didn't refuse. She sat in the booth watching Tommy send a voice message to his cousin. After sending the message, Tommy came over and hugged Ava's arm again. Sister, come play at my house. My grandma really likes you. If she sees you, she'll definitely be very happy. That won't work. Sister needs to go home for dinner? Can't you eat at my house? Tommy shook Ava's hand. His pestering skills were quite remarkable. In all her years, Ava had never met such a persuasive child. Finally, she nodded in agreement. Since this child was so wealthy, maybe his family had eligible unmarried young men. She was still selecting marriage partners. Besides, one more connection wasn't a bad thing for her. After waiting for over half an hour, Tommy, who was hugging Ava, suddenly called toward the entrance. "Cousin!" His childish voice lifted slightly with excitement. Ava followed Tommy's gaze. When she saw who it was, her mouth twitched. She couldn't help but sigh at how small the world was. It seemed she wouldn't need to make this trip after all. "Why are you here?" Justin Shaw stopped beside the dining table and beckoned to Tommy. "Come here." Tommy hugged Ava and wouldn't let go. "Cousin, why are you being so mean to my future sister-in-law?" He complained indignantly. Both were shocked by his words. Justin lifted Tommy over, squinting his eyes with a dangerous glint. "Who taught you to say these things? At such a young age, instead of staying home properly, you actually ran out alone to play. And you dared to eat with strangers." Ava leaned back, crossed her arms, and watched Justin leisurely. "Justin, you don't think I taught him to say these things, do you?" Justin was a longtime friend of Adrian's, which was enough to prove the Shaw family's status. Among New Harbor's elite families, the Shaw family was also a top-tier established family. There were many who wanted to marry their daughters into the Shaw family, but she had never considered Justin. First, because Justin liked Grace. Second, because Justin disliked her. She wouldn't want to make herself unhappy.